Friends, it's your friend Lee likes bikes. I'm asked more and more about shoulder exercises. I want to, for my clients and for all y'all out there, to offer you some exercises that I have personally found useful as I rehab 2 complete shoulder replacements, and that I've added to my daily routine as a warm up and for just maintaining my shoulders. I'm not a healthcare professional. Don't listen to me. I gotta say that. Just go to your doctor, see what your doctor thinks you should be doing. Talk to your PT, a good one hopefully, who understands the sport, and obey them. Okay, that's out of the way. There are lots of things we ought to be doing that we just don't have time to do. And I'm very, very committed to finding kind of the least number of movements that I can do on a regular basis that I find interesting and that will serve my goals. And so as I'm trying to collapse an hour worth of PT that I'm supposed to do every day for my shoulders, but then I gotta ride the trainer for a lot, and I got my rip row, and I got other big weights to do. And I gotta ride my bike. And I have to work, and I wanna be a decent human being. So that's why people don't do this shit. I understand. So we gotta make it easy and fun. So now that I'm back with the shoulders, I'm back in the pool and I enjoy swimming. And that has inspired a series of movements. And we'll call it upright swimming, standing swimming. I don't know, I'll figure out what I wanna call it. When I started, I had no shoulders at all. So of course, I was just using my arm, my hand weight. These are 4 pounds, these are 3 pounds. This is light, and light is good. And so one thing I like to do with the lighter weights is keep my arms straight. And so we're gonna do a medley, basically, right? And so you can start like this. I always focus on and count with my non-dominant side. My left side's always been dumber and weaker than my right. Plus, my left shoulder surgery was 6 months after my right surgery. So this is behind. I'm not even a year out yet. When I race in Cairns in a few weeks, it'll be 51 weeks post-op. So I got work to do. So here we go. And one way to go. Arms are straight. Okay? And we're just going to do freestyle. And we're going to move slowly. Whatever number of reps you want, I don't care. Just do them. We'll do 10. Okay? 3. And what I want you to do is really focus your energy around your shoulder blade and start to find out and learn which muscles are doing what. There's a bunch of muscles all around your shoulder blades, my friends, and a lot of them we don't know the names of and we don't have use of, and they atrophy. Okay? So this is really great, I can handle more weight, but I'm choosing not to. Okay, and I love this because it's round, it's full range, and I'm getting all the way through the shoulder girdle. So I'll do whatever I want to do. If I'm doing lightweight, it might be 20 reps or 50. And if I'm doing heavier weight, these are 8s. That's pretty good for me. 10's about all I can handle. So that was your freestyle. Now we'll do backstroke, right? And now for me, on this shoulder, the limiting factor is the range back here, and that's where I feel weak. So I'm going to slow down to there. That's 1. Okay. And you can see I'm naturally rotating my body because that's what you do when you swim, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with activating your hips and core, right? And really focus on what's going on around your shoulder blade. And most of you, the muscles that retract your shoulder blades, that bring them together and down, are weak, or maybe even electrically not even available. So I'll show you in a second here from the rear. Try your best while you're coming around the top of the stroke toward the going down again. Try to retract that shoulder blade and turn that muscle on. And the benefit of doing this way, as opposed to like an isolated PT style move, is you're learning how to use these muscles while actually doing cool shit. And if you're a mountain biker, of course, you're highly interested in cool shit. So I'm gonna try to pull that shoulder blade down. I don't know if you can see through my back hair and body fat, but that's what I'm trying to do. And you know, it feels amazing. So I feel right here, I'm just stacked. Boom. I could probably hold a lot of weight here because it's all skeleton, right? Okay. So that's a backstroke. In the medley, the next would be the breaststroke. I find it cool to start like this. You'll go like an upright row, and you'll do an external rotation to bring the bars up, the hands up, and then of course just sweep out like you're swimming breaststroke. And this, of course, you're focusing on this part right here. And again, as much as you can, learn your body, learn your shoulders. You're doing the work anyway. Why not learn something? Feel the muscles that retract your shoulder blades. And it'd be cool to see if you can see this. Right here, instead of going like up here, I start this movement by bringing my shoulder blades down and then coming around. So I let them come up and then I anchor them. I let it flow naturally and then anchor them. Flow naturally and anchor them. And I'm doing a lot of different movements here all in one. So you can focus on whatever part suits your fancy. If you're one of my students, we can do this on Zoom or in person. Then we'll finish with a butterfly, okay? So again, straight arms. So I like to try to rotate outward. And this is just basically a lateral raise, good for your side delts. Come up, up, slowly, slowly, slowly. And this is the reverse of what we just did, isn't it? Got that? And then we're gonna and then we're gonna retract the shoulders and come around. Let the shoulders come off the back again. Slow. And I feel this entire girdle waking up. And more, like if I'm gonna go to ride, what I'll do is I'll do this exact routine at the truck. So I'm ready. Or if there's a kind of ride where we're doing a huge climb, like when I'm training for downhill right now, we'll go up left-hand canyon, and at the top before I drop in, I do this with rocks. Here it is from the rear. So, right, shoulders are retracted. We're up, up, the best we can, right? The best we can, and then we'll allow the shoulders to come off. And really, you guys, it's not about moving this weight. It's 3 freaking pounds. It's about finding all the musculature around your shoulder blades and teaching it to work. And you don't have to work all that hard at it. You just have to be consistent. So that's one flavor. That's very lightweight. If you have any kind of injury, of course, I didn't even use weight at all for a long time. I used my hands. But 3 pounds is a good amount for me. 8 pounds, I kind of change the movements as I go heavier. I don't have the strength necessarily. Well, I do. I mean, I can keep my arms straight. I can. But here's another permutation. So maybe you do it both ways. So now we're going to do more of a round swimming motion. I'm using my elbows. I'm getting this thing going. I'm pushing up as high as I can, right? And I'm starting to really focus on roundness. And as some of you know, great riding is round. I'm getting this awesome external rotation coming up kind of for some of my rotator cuffs on the back of my shoulder blade. So now this is only 8 pounds, but keeping it moving like that in a round way is definitely turning on my cardio system and my core. So here it is from the side. So we're freestyling. I find this really interesting. And then of course you can just focus, right? That part. I think I want to call that your supraspinatus, one of your rotator cuff muscles. So that's good. That's cool shit. Now turn it around. And this is really neat because you start to feel the other muscles around your shoulder blade who are responsible for this. And I feel like, you know those retractors that we're trying to get to work to keep your shoulder blades down and back? Well, I feel those. So this is good. A lot of deltoid, which right now I'm very interested in building because I didn't have any for so long. So I'm backstroking now, right? And then of course, a breaststroke. And if I'm getting heavier, we can even treat it a little bit like a hang clean with a little bit of hip action. So you can practice your hinging and get the thing firing with your hips and then flourish into the air, right? We're just going to turn on as much of our body as we can to be integrated, embodied athletes. And I have studied exercise physiology in college. I keep on top of these things. I know why traditional trainers train the way they do, and that's great. But I also know how real people are, real humans, and they're unwilling to do that stuff. So my hope is that everybody has a movement practice that serves their needs, and that maybe through these sorts of moves, they're actually kind of fun, that you can do anywhere and are interesting, will help us have these habits. I mean, I love this one. I don't know what y'all see, but I feel some good, juicy stuff on the back of my shoulders working. Feels amazing. And again, a year ago, I couldn't even put my head over my hand over my head. So I'm doing pretty good. And then the flies. Here we go. And then as you go heavier, you're just going to want to bend your arms more, and that's okay. It changes some of the recruitments. And I'm not going to say that either is better. They're different. So mix them up. And honestly, like, you could use a Coke can, a rock, your fist. It doesn't matter. The big thing is to, on a regular basis, like daily, remind your body that you are a beast and an athlete. And you just get something every day. Doesn't take much. So here, again, I'm really trying to make sure my shoulders are in a good spot. I'm coming out with my deltoids, and coming through, and then down. Whoa. And you can hear I'm starting to breathe. So this can also be a fine cardio deal. So that's swimming. That's our standing medley, we'll call it, right? See, right? You have your freestyle, you have your backstroke, you have your breaststroke, and you have your fly. And among those 4 strokes and movement patterns, you can get a lot of benefit. So that's that for now. Hope you're all well. Have fun out there.